So this is an interesting game. It's called ATS Scanner, and just to set the context, ATS is Automated Tracking System, which in this context means the system used by HR recruiter types to manage CVs. Because when you open a position, people flood that position with huge amounts of CVs, some of which are actually serious, rational attempts to apply for the position as advertised, and some of which are people just trying to get any work anywhere, even if it's just for a short period of time until the company discovers that they can't actually do the job, but at least they've got some money for a while, and everything in between. So managing CVs is a very, very difficult, quite dark and depressing task for both sides of the fence. The people who submit them and the people who have to analyze them. It is not a happy part of the world, I don't think. So somebody has made a game about this particular dark little facet of human society, because games are art, and that's what art does. So having a look at what the developer says about it. Scan resumes, uncover the truth, judge for the right candidate. Inspired by Papers, Please with a twist. Instead of stamping papers, you wield a laser scanner to reveal the hidden contents of each procedurally generated CV. Some candidates might seem perfect until you dig deeper. What to expect: randomly generated resumes with subtle or not so subtle red flags, a laser scanning mechanic. The mechanic is quite nice, a bit pointless, but it's comfortable and enjoyable. Horrible noise, but still fun. And starters in turn to progress, and each playthrough is different and hilariously suspicious. And now we're going to talk about my first criticism for the game, just before I show the gameplay, because I want you to see what I'm talking about. What a game like this needs is a tutorial to make it clear what the details we're looking for are, because I don't know how much of the stuff on these generated CVs is actually just a joke to provide some kind of filler content so you have a realistic looking CV, and I don't know how much is supposed to be actual real red flags. And so bear that in mind for what I'm talking about. Let me just make sure this is recording correctly. So let me maximize this out, and this is the game's music, which is quite cool, quite funky. And we're going to jump in at the intern level, and we're going to have a look at the first CV that is presented to us. We can turn the music on and off just with M, which is quite nice. There's no other real options. As you can see, there is no kind of tutorial or anything like that, and that is a lot of the problem that I'm facing. So here's our gameplay window. We can either choose this candidate to be fit or unfit, and we're given a requirement. And this is the intern level, which might be why we only have one requirement, and it might get more complicated later. I don't know. I haven't progressed far enough in to have a look at how it all works. But so we have this CV, and we can use our laser to burn away the black stuff and see what it actually says behind it. And here, for example, is the kind of thing I'm talking about. So we have the name, Puydom Telmont. I don't know if there's a joke in there somewhere. Anyway, so it says he's a code wizard level 2 fire specialization, and that is obviously rubbish. But is that supposed to be a red flag that we then immediately reject the CV for? Or is that just the kind of humor that has been plugged in here to try and make them interesting, and we can ignore that and continue to have a look at the rest of the CV? Because that is something I would immediately reject it on, because what the hell is that? And my job here is to reject dodgy CVs. Or is that the lesson that this game is trying to give? Is that people put human touches in their CVs, and the automated machines can't deal with that, so we'll reject perfectly valid applicants? I don't know. The summary: senior backend developer with expertise in distributed systems, cloud infrastructure, and service-oriented architectures. I mean, bachelor's engineering, computer engineering is probably what this is looking for. We don't really have a lot of information, but I mean, that seems quite straightforward. Experience, Unreal Engine developer at QuantumSoft Technologies, 2023. My code base was haunted by zombie interns, 2012 to 2013. Again, is that a red flag? Should we be scared of that? Should we be worried about it? Or is that just filler that has been put in there? It doesn't really matter what they say. The person has the correct dates, for example, on there. Is that the red flag that we're supposed to be looking for? I don't know. The game has not made that clear. And this is why tutorials and more information on how to play the gameplay mechanic is important. And if you are actually trying to deliver the lesson that this is how automated processing of CVs is bad, then make that more obvious in your game entry, your game design, in your game tutorial. That's why these elements are needed, because the player doesn't know what the developer has in his mind when trying to make a game. You need to make it more obvious where the game is supposed to be, where it's going, and things like that. Education, Bachelor of Engineering, Computer Engineering at the university, and Computer Science, 1993, 2015 to 2019. Apparently he did computer engineering until his code base was haunted, and then he did another bachelor's degree before working at QuantumSoft Technologies. Like the dates progress, and this person, if any of this is true, does seem to have the educational qualifications and some kind of experience. So this might be a fit person, and we can choose fit. Okay, we got a green light. Does that mean we were successful? I don't know. I don't understand where the game is supposed to go. I normally get red lights, but I didn't know if it went green, because again, there's no tutorial. So yeah, my first critique is that there's no tutorial for it, and I think that's the most valid one. But we're now going to set that aside, and we're going to talk about the rest of the game. Let's us first of all turn the music off, because that is a bit relentless, and let us go. I've shown you the gameplay. If this game seems interesting to you, and I hope it does, because that's why I'm showing it, then go and play it. The link will be in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to boost that engagement for both me and for you, because that's how you train YouTube to show you things. And so if all you're interested in was the gameplay and you're heading off now, well, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. If, however, you are agreeing with my critique so far and you want to see more of it, let's just talk about the usual kind of things that we talk about the games. The UI is fine, except for the massive missing tutorial that we desperately need here, because we need to understand what the hell's the gameplay is supposed to be like. Aside from that, the UI is very, very cool, very good looking. I managed to get through into playing the game without any kind of difficulty, and the font here needs to change, but other than that, I was able to turn the music on and off while still keeping the rest of the game sounds on. And so very happy with those kind of elements. Is there a way for me to get back to the main menu? No, I don't think so. That might be a bit missing. Otherwise, yeah, the UI is fine. The sounds are okay. This is quite horrible. Might be able to try and find something a little better for that, but it works. So the sound is fine. The art is again, I like this kind of design. I guess it's trying to make us think of being inside an automated tracking system. Part of it, maybe. I don't know. It is very cool. It's very enjoyable. I like looking around the screen. I like being able to zoom in so smoothly and comfortably. Art-wise and in terms of gameplay mechanics and things like that, it's very, very comfortable, very easy to enjoy the flow of it. It's kind of, I suppose, minimalist in its way, comfortable to play, but yeah, fighting through the glaring lack of gameplay training is is an issue, is a difficulty that is making all of this look a little bit worse, I suppose, and it's really unfair because it's actually really good. So I am really looking forward to see where this game is going. Yeah, so I mean that is the critique in a nutshell. Sort of teach the player how to play, because this is a very cool game that is only really missing teaching the player how to play. So yeah, that's it. That's the critique I have. That's why I wanted to highlight this game, because I would like to see it go somewhere and become a really enjoyable, a really interesting, and a really kind of modern, socially meaningful version of Papers, Please. I would love to see this enter that part of the sort of the gaming world. I think it certainly deserves it. It just needs more for the player. So yeah, I mean that's where I'm going to end off. Let's see if there's anything more on the page. This was a submission for a game jam. I think it's a relatively recent submission, and the game jam is running at the moment as me recording it, so we can't even vote yet. So come and vote on the game on itch.io maybe. To start off with, and yeah, give it some support, give the developer some support, and developer, please make a tutorial. Also, I found this very interesting. The project is open source. Feel free to contribute, clone, or learn from it. Yeah, really, really cool. So come and play it, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.